Hello! So we are into our final review of the year. So we're going to be doing two of these. Keep up, I guess, because it is going to be quite a bit in a short amount of time. I'm going to be doing just one or two examples for each one and then moving on. So if you don't remember stuff, definitely talk to me. Definitely give me a call, look up stuff on YouTube, whatever, because yeah, it's going to be a lot. All right, so first up, we have adding and subtracting positive and negative numbers. So we have positive 4, take away negative 5. And a good way to think about this stuff is like temperature. If you took away negative 5 degrees from a temperature starting at 4, that means it would be going up 5 degrees. Or you can do the flip and you just change everything into a positive, whichever one helps you think. But I always like to think, I'm taking away negative 5 degrees. If I take away negative 5 degrees, that'll go up 5 degrees. So we have 4, equivalent of 4 plus 5, so we get equals 9. I'm just going to add the positive sign. You don't need the positive sign, but just to be sure. So let's try one more. So let's say we were starting at negative 6 degrees and we added negative 5 degrees to negative 6 degrees. You go down to negative 11. So we have negative 11. I'll just circle that. So that is adding and subtracting. Not much else to talk about there. All right, now we're going to do everybody's favorite, fractions. We're only going to be doing adding fractions. We're only going to be doing adding fractions just because, well, there's a lot of stuff to review, so I can't really go over everything. I'm just going to rewrite these fractions just so they're kind of how you guys know them. So that's 1 over 4 is the first one. Plus, oops, pushing too hard, 1 over 3. So we have 1 over 4 plus 1 over 3. So what we need is the bottom number, the denominator, to be the same. So it has to be a number that both 4 and 3 can go into. And usually you want to find the lowest one. What we're going to do today is just, well, what is the lowest between 4 and 3? That's 12. So how many times would 4 have to go into 12? Well, that'd be 3. And what do we ever do to the top? We do to the bottom. So I'm going to multiply both those by 3. And how many times does that go into 12? 4 times. You can also just take the other number's denominator and multiply it. So I'm going to multiply the top and the bottom by 4. I'm going to multiply the top and the bottom by 3 on the other side. So that gives us 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 times 4, 3 times 4 is 4 over 12. And now when you're adding, you just add the top numbers. The bottom numbers stay exactly the same. They stay the same. So we get 12. 3 plus 4 is 7. A lot. There is your answer. Whoops, 7 over 12. Let's do one more of these and then I'm going to set y'all free on that. So we have 2 over 7 plus 1 over 2. Once again, I'm going to write it out again. It's just really, really hard to write fractions. It's a pain in the butt, so I don't. So 2 over 7 plus 1 over 2. Now I'm going to keep this simple once again. We need to find the common denominator between 7 and 2. And if you can't think of that, just multiply the opposite side by the other one's denominator. So I'm going to multiply the top. I'm going to multiply 7 by 2, because no matter what, that means they'll have the same denominator. And I'm going to multiply the top by 2. And on this side, well, we want this to go into a number that 7 can go into, so I'm just going to multiply the bottom by 7, and, well, the top by 7. Whatever you do to the top, you do to the bottom. So if you can't think of a common denominator, the lowest common denominator, just take the bottom number and multiply both those by that, and this one's bottom number and multiply both by that. And that way you'll be able to, no matter what, you'll get there all right. Okay, 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 7 is 14. 1 times 7 is 7. 2 times 7 is 14. And then we're just adding the top numbers, So 4 plus 7 is 11 over 14. There you go, that's your answer. So this is stuff you would have covered in grade 7, but it's always good to go over it. We're not doing any other mixed numbers, just this stuff. So next 1, 2, 3 of these, you don't have to reduce or anything. You're good to go more or less every question. If you can't put it in lowest terms, do put it in lowest terms. Yes, next question. Now we have the mean, median, and mode. Mean, median, mode. These three guys always go together. So we're gonna start with median. So median, what does it kind of sound like? Kind of sounds like middle. So usually you have a data set and you try and find the middle number. So I'm just gonna look at number 11 because it's a bit harder. Usually what you wanna do is put the numbers in order from least, smallest to greatest before we find out what the middle number is, what the median is. So I'm just gonna rewrite these in order. So 3 is gonna be the lowest. And then just looking through here, okay, then 7. And then from there, it looks like 17. From there, 19. From there, 20. 21. 31. 43. And 46. And now we just try and find out what the middle number is. We just go in, whoops, I went off chart there. We just work our way down, So it's not those two numbers. It's not 43, it's not 7. It's not 31, it's not 17. It's not 21, it's not 19, so 20. 20 is the median. Sometimes they're in order and you just start working your way down until you get to the middle. If you have 2 in the middle, you just add them up and divide by 2. Add them up and divide by 2. Okay, 12, mode. What is the mode of the following numbers? Mode is just the most common number. What number appears the most? So what number appears the most often? So you'd use this in different statistics, stuff like that, but let's not worry about it. We're just doing mechanics. So you just look at this. Well, there's 1, 2, 3 7s. So 7. With your mode, there's 2 8s, but 7s happen more often. So 7 is the mode. Pretty straightforward. You're just looking for the most common number. If there's 2 numbers that happen the same amount, then you'll have 2 modes. So if there's 3 8s there and 3 7s, 7 and 8 would be the mode. So you can have more than one. You can have more than one. All right, the final countdown. What do we have last? The mean. I've also put average. Okay, the final section we have here is finding the mean, the average of these different numbers. So to do that, to find out the average, the mean, that's what you're always going to hear. The mean is you add up all the numbers that you have in a given data set. So we have 100, 1,050, 320, 600, and 150. Usually they represent something, but once again, we're just figuring out the mechanics of stuff. So I'm going to add these all up. So we have 100 plus 1,050 plus 320 plus 600 and plus 150. And we all add these all up, we get 2,220. And 20. Awesome. So we have 2,220. We added all these numbers up, we got 2,220. And now we want to find out what the mean is. So we added up by how many different numbers we had here. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different numbers. So we're going to divide this by 5. Divided by 5, and we get 444. Awesome, I like that. 444. And that is your mean of these numbers. Okay, guys, it was a lot. Whew. I know, but that's it. We're going to be doing one more review after this. Enjoy.